I used to do a cooking program at a TCHC building on Islington. And the kids weren't coming to learn to cook. They were coming because at the end they got food to eat. They eat the cheapest food because that's what they can afford, and the cheapest food isn't always the best food. Food security, you wouldn't have to see all of that.
What we do is really unique. We don't necessarily identify as a food bank, but a lot of what we do is what food banks do. We reduce hunger, we increase food access. You know, my personal big mandate is looking at food as medicine. Over 30% of those who we serve have indicated that somebody in their family has hypertension or diabetes. 15% have said somebody in the family is obese. Giving people access to healthy food is one thing that's going to be able to change that. If we can have people eat more healthy now, it's going to have a longer impact down the road. And if we can help families introduce them to, you know, what are different things that they could be adding into their daily diets that's going to be able to have a good health outcome, that's going to be able to go a lot farther. So when we deliver our food baskets, our biggest reason for putting fruits into those baskets is that we want to see children eating more fruits. You know, getting their vitamin C directly out of oranges and things like that, as opposed to looking at, you know, how do they supplement it down the road. So education is also critical. Moving from just talking about we're increasing food access to really helping to have folks understand the food science behind it, you know, the health and nutritional index of what we're providing to individuals and why we do certain things at certain times. Like right now, we're going into the fall. Our next box that we're going to be putting out, we're putting in things like lemons, limes, ginger, more garlic. These are things that we know will help boost your immune system as we're going into the winter, we're going into that flu season. And so we want to give people things that will help them increase their health and well-being ultimately. And what I'm looking to do is really make this organization more sustainable, really allow us to be able to have that long-term impact, and ultimately show what providing healthy food for people will do on the long term. One thing we're really excited about is working with Toronto Community Housing to develop mini food hubs. That way we can develop this food hub that can be the central place for things to come in and be distributed out. Some of our programs include the Ujamaa Learning Farm, where we engage community members in growing food, gardening, and learning about urban farming.
Our farm is organic to make sure we're not hurting the earth. We don't do a lot of rototilling because that breaks up the soil. It changes the way the soil behaves. So we're practicing little bits, you know, here and there, and educating people, and that's the same way they can do it.
Through support from the City of Toronto's Confronting Anti-Black Racism Unit, we just opened a 100 by 20 foot hoop house, which we're using as an educational space to grow cultural foods like callaloo, kale, tomatoes, but also looking at it being an educational space where individuals from schools and the community can come in and learn about long-term growing, learn how this hoop house extends our growing season and makes it easier for us to cultivate such crops. We also do the Food as Medicine program, which engages seniors, primarily in food, nutrition, and health. And then there is the Black Food Access program, which focuses on increasing food access to those facing challenges. In the new year, we're going to be introducing a range of new youth programs, as well as some wellness programs that are going to be happening at Ujamaa Learning Farm. To me, that's going to be able to have a long-lasting impact. And if I can help encourage some young people to be able to look for possible careers in food science, in urban agriculture, I want to do that as much as possible because one, it's a field of employment that's definitely going to be in demand, and it's something that our world is going to need.
It's everything. Food is everything. So you have to be healthy, you have to be eating properly to be able to, you know, go out and be the best on the court.